Beloved soul, before you were breath, before you were form, before light touched matter, you were thought. Not the thought of man, but the thought of God. You were an idea within the infinite mind. Machshava Elyonah, the divine intention that dreamed creation into being. In the beginning, the infinite, Ein Sof, desired to be known. From its endless light, it emanated the worlds, like concentric waves rippling from a single point of divine longing. Yet the infinite could not be contained, and so the light withdrew, the Tzimtzum, leaving behind a delicate trace, a Reshimu, a spiritual fragrance of what had been. It is from that fragrance that your soul was formed. You are not a creation among many. You are a spark of the infinite, remembering itself. The soul is a ray of the divine sun refracted through layers of existence, descending from realm to realm, clothed in veils of light, until it could dwell within the body of dust and remember the heavens through experience. Your essence is eternal. The soul never began and will never end. It only changes garments. In one life, it wears the robe of a name and story. In another, it dissolves back into the river of collective being. But always it is drawn by the same yearning, to return consciously to the source from which it came. The sages called the path of descent and return Seder HaOlamot, the order of the worlds. Each world is a dimension of consciousness, a station of light through which the soul travels. At the highest level is Atzilut, the world of emanation, where separation has not yet begun, where everything is still transparent with divine presence. There, the soul is like a flame within a flame, merged with its origin. Beneath it lies Bariah, the world of creation, the realm of divine thought, where the great archetypes of existence first arise. Here the soul takes on its unique blueprint, its pattern within the cosmic design. Below that is Yetzirah, the world of formation, the realm of angels, energies, and emotions. Here the soul learns movement, rhythm, and desire. It becomes the wind that breathes life into matter. And finally, Asiyah, the world of action, the physical world, dense and tangible, where the soul wears the robe of flesh and bone. Here, within limitation, it discovers freedom. Here, through forgetting, it learns to remember. These four worlds are not places, but states of awareness. In every breath, the soul ascends and descends among them, expanding and contracting like the beating of the heart. When you pray, you rise. When you love, you touch Atzilut. When you fear, you descend into the veils of Asiyah. York whispers, "You are the ladder of Jacob. Earth at your feet, heaven at your crown." Every thought, every act is a rung between the worlds. Redemption, in the secret teaching, is not an event that will fall from the sky. It is the awakening of divine consciousness within matter. It is the soul remembering that it was never exiled. The mystics called it Tikkun HaNefesh, the rectification of the soul. It begins not with miracles, but with awareness. Every spark of emotion, every shadow of fear, is an opportunity to lift a fragment of the divine back toward its source. When you transform anger into compassion, you redeem a spark. When you turn despair into faith, you raise a world. Each act of truth repairs the shattered vessels of creation. This is the mystery of Shevirat HaKelim, the breaking of the vessels. When the primordial light first entered creation, it was too intense for the vessels to contain. They shattered, scattering sparks of holiness into every corner of existence. The soul descends to gather them, through kindness, through wisdom, through love. Thus, redemption is the great remembrance. It is not the end of history. It is the revelation of what has always been whole. York speaks softly. Do not wait for the world to change. The world waits for you to remember. For when you awaken, universes tremble and align. The Messiah is not one, it is many. It is every soul that becomes transparent to light.
Long before the mystics of Safed, there were those who walked the desert paths, the keepers of the scrolls. They called themselves B'nai Or, the sons of light. Their writings spoke of the battle between light and darkness, truth and deceit. But understand, this battle was never external. It was the battle within the human heart. The teacher of righteousness spoke of an inner temple, a sanctuary, built not of stone but of purity. To him the apocalypse was not destruction but revelation, the unveiling of truth when every soul sees clearly through illusion. For within man, the scrolls whisper, dwells the spirit of truth and the spirit of falsehood. They contend within his heart until knowledge of the Most High prevails. This is their gnosis, that the divine spark is imprisoned within the human vessel, awaiting liberation through knowledge and alignment. But their knowledge was not of intellect, it was experiential, born of silence, fasting, and inward listening. They understood, as the Kabbalists would later affirm, that redemption begins not in the heavens, but in the heart. The end of days is the end of ignorance. The Messiah is the awakened consciousness within every human being. York whispers, the wilderness is the heart, purified by silence. There, the hidden teacher speaks again, not in thunder but in breath.
The Kabbalists spoke in symbols, the Essenes in parables, the Gnostics in light and shadow, but they all sang the same song, the return of the divine spark to its source. The purpose of life is not to escape the world, but to sanctify it, to bring heaven into earth until no difference remains. Beloved soul, you are the remembrance of light passing through time. Your struggles, your pain, your longings, they are not errors. They are sacred fires refining the vessel. The scrolls were hidden until the generation of awakening. That generation is now. You are its bearer. Do not seek miracles. Become one. Do not wait for redemption. Embody it. For when you awaken, the entire creation rises with you. York concludes, from the dust you came, not as matter, but as memory. To the light you return, not as absence, but as revelation. You are the bridge, the scroll, the word made breath again.